Did you know that China produces over 1 billion tons of silk every year, making up a staggering 70% of the world's supply? That's right. China is the undisputed leader in silk production, a position it has maintained for centuries. But how do they do it? It all starts with billions of tiny silkworms raised by dedicated farmers who transform these humble caterpillars into one of the most luxurious materials on Earth. In this video, we will take you on a fascinating journey through the world of silk production in China. From traditional, time-honored farming practices to cutting-edge modern technologies, you will see how these farmers have mastered the art of silk making. And while these caterpillars might not win any beauty contests, don't be fooled. They are the key to creating a material that's been treasured for thousands of years. So stick around as we uncover the secrets behind China's silk production dominance and the incredible process that turns these tiny creatures into a global powerhouse. Let's dive into the fascinating process of how caterpillars, the unsung heroes of the silk industry, are meticulously selected and cared for to ensure the production of the finest silk. It all begins with the careful selection of caterpillars, a crucial step to guarantee that the eggs they lay will hatch into healthy and strong offspring. These eggs are laid in large batches, which farmers then collect and place in specially designed incubation environments. This controlled setting mimics the ideal conditions for hatching, ensuring that every egg has the best chance to develop into a robust silkworm. Once hatched, the young caterpillars, known as larvae, enter a rapid growth phase. This is a critical period where their nutritional needs must be met to support their vigorous development. To achieve this, farmers provide a continuous supply of fresh mulberry leaves, which are the primary food source for these hungry larvae. The leaves are carefully chopped into small, manageable pieces, making it easier for the tiny caterpillars to consume. By ensuring they are fed around the clock, the farmers help the larvae grow quickly and healthily, setting the stage for high-quality silk production. But it's not just about feeding them. Maintaining a clean and safe environment is equally important. Farmers often use lime powder to disinfect the silkworm breeding area. This simple yet effective method helps to keep harmful bacteria at bay and maintains the correct pH levels in the rearing environment. A balanced pH is crucial, as it prevents diseases and promotes a healthy growing space for the silkworms. Thanks to these meticulous practices, the silkworms thrive, eventually spinning the precious silk cocoons that will be transformed into luxurious silk fabric. Feeding silkworms is a task that requires constant attention and care. These little creatures have big appetites and need to be fed continuously and regularly to ensure their healthy development. Remarkably, the process of feeding silkworms is still primarily done by hand. Despite the labor-intensive nature of this work, Chinese farmers have shown incredible ingenuity by developing tools and devices that make feeding more efficient and less time-consuming. These innovations are a testament to the farmers' creativity and resourcefulness, helping to streamline the process without compromising the care each silkworm receives. The integration of modern technology into traditional silkworm farming has been a game-changer for China, allowing the country to maintain its dominance in the global silk industry. These advancements not only keep up with the growing global demand for silk, but also enhance the quality and efficiency of production. As the silkworms grow, farmers prepare them for a critical stage in their life cycle, the cocoon making process. To facilitate this, farmers use square wooden frames that provide a safe and stable environment for the silkworms to attach themselves to. It is on these frames that the silkworms begin their extraordinary work, spinning delicate silk threads that will eventually form their cocoons. This process is nothing short of miraculous, as millions of cocoons are harvested from each farm every season. However, the journey of these silk cocoons doesn't end there. Before they can be used in the industry, they must go through a rigorous screening process. Specialized equipment helps in sorting through the cocoons, removing any that are damaged or of lower quality. Yet even with the aid of technology, this task still requires the careful eye and skilled hands of farmers. Only the best cocoons are selected for processing, ensuring that the final product is of the highest quality. This meticulous attention to detail is what makes Chinese silk renowned worldwide. The journey from silkworm to luxurious fabric involves many steps, each crucial to producing the high-quality silk that China is famous for. After farmers harvest the silk cocoons, the next stage begins, selling these cocoons to silk companies. In China, these companies purchase large quantities of cocoons from local farmers, offering attractive prices that provide significant additional income for the farmers. This symbiotic relationship between farmers and silk producers is a cornerstone of China's thriving silk industry. Once the cocoons reach the silk factories, they are loaded onto conveyor belts that operate continuously, transporting the precious cargo to the screening section. Here, damaged or substandard cocoons are meticulously removed and sorted out. This step is essential because only the finest cocoons will be processed into the highest quality silk. After the screening process, the selected cocoons are introduced into the boiling line. Boiling the cocoons serves a dual purpose. It helps in easily separating the delicate silk fibers and also kills any bacteria, removing impurities and ensuring the silk produced is of the highest standard. In the past, before modern machinery was available, the task of silk reeling, drawing the silk threads from the cocoons, was done entirely by hand. Skilled farmers with years of experience would meticulously reel the silk, turning it into continuous threads with unmatched precision. Today, while much of this work is assisted by machines, the essence of craftsmanship remains. The softened cocoons are fed through a reeling machine, which draws out the silk thread from each cocoon and winds it into a continuous strand. Typically, a single silk thread is created from multiple cocoons to ensure both length and strength. The introduction of reeling machines has revolutionized the process, significantly increasing efficiency and ensuring that the silk threads are uniform in quality. However, the manual method still holds a special place in the production of more complex and delicate silk threads. The skilled hands of farmers bring a level of finesse that machines simply cannot replicate, producing silk that is not only functional, but also exceptionally beautiful and intricate. This blend of tradition and technology allows China to maintain its leadership in the global silk industry, producing silk that is both high in quality and rich in heritage. Silk, once spun into yarn and wound onto spools, is incredibly versatile, with a wide range of uses that extend far beyond its origins. This silk yarn is meticulously crafted into smooth, consistent fabric, which then becomes the foundation for luxurious clothing, intricate embroidery, and various artisanal handicrafts. But among all its applications, the production of silk quilts in China holds a special place. Silk quilts are more than just bedding. They are a symbol of quality and tradition. After the silk fibers are spun and wound, they undergo further processing to create a soft, durable lining that will form the heart of the quilt. These silk sheets are carefully woven and then joined together to create a large uniform layer that promises comfort and warmth. But before these quilts can be sold, they undergo a final, rigorous quality inspection. This step ensures that every quilt meets the high standards that Chinese silk is known for. Chinese silk quilts are celebrated worldwide for their superior quality, embodying the finesse and reputation of China's silk industry. As we conclude the story of silk, it's clear that the journey from delicate threads to exquisite products highlights the timeless value and elegance of this remarkable material. Silk has not only stood the test of time, but continues to be a symbol of luxury and craftsmanship, cherished across the globe.